Okay, so the car is loaded. I've got everything packed. Not quite sure where I'm going, but I'm definitely being called out of Houston. So this is a bit of a venture. And I'm walking in obedience, I'm walking in faith, and I don't have a place lined up to stay at. I'm being called to leave Houston. And so I've seen some different signs in the last couple months, and I can't ignore it anymore. So I got everything in here to stay at a camping site or an Airbnb or wherever I end up going. So I'm all loaded up. So beautiful out. So beautiful. Okay, so we stopped in Austin, and when we parked, we got out. I gave Slotsky some water. We walked around a little bit, and there's a guy with a radio, and it was playing out a warning for lightning. And so instead of walking around Austin for a bit, we decided to keep going to Fredericksburg. It seemed too dangerous. The weather's gotten really bad, and it was weird timing that when we got there, that there was a guy outside with a huge radio, and it was playing an emergency broadcast. So thank God for that timing to tell us. And I asked the guy, I go, is that here? You know, because it was talking about a county I wasn't familiar with. He goes, yeah, it's right here. So great timing. And the weather is horrible. It's really, really horrible. So we're gonna keep going. So we're gonna go to Fredericksburg. Slotky's exhausted. He keeps sleeping, but he's definitely tired. I'm starting to feel it too. Might get a hotel room tonight, setting up a tent, you know, at almost 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night. By the time I get there, it might be a little too late. So just to be a little bit nicer to everybody, it might be better to go ahead and just you know, get a hotel room. Okay, so we got an Airbnb booked. It looks awesome. It's an old farmhouse, and really excited to go stay there. Last night we stayed at the La Quinta Inn, and we got some rest. And by the time this guy calmed down and the caffeine wore off on me from the road, we fell asleep probably around like 12:30, and we woke up around 11. And so we're here getting a little bit of food. We had walked around Fredericksburg all day, and we're just doing like a quick drive-through type of thing for some food. We're waiting for that, and then we're gonna head to this awesome Airbnb. We're so excited. Oh, and we stopped by this real estate agent and talked to her about some land for sale, 15 acres. And there she told me that she couldn't find a church to go to, and that she was looking for something that was non-denominational. And so we talked about that, and I told her if she saw anything that looked like a good, you know, place to have like a non-denominational church that was affordable and was a good place to start, to let me know also. So really cool things. Slutky, We got tater tots coming. We got it coming. Are you excited? I am. I'm starving. All right. Here we are. We made it. This place looks pretty cool. All right. Wow. Sure. Okay. Oh, that's it right there. That's it right there. Let's go back. Wow, look at this place. This is cool. This is amazing. This is so cool. So we made it. This place is awesome. This place is really, really cool. So really happy with it so far. We haven't gone inside yet, but this looks pretty awesome. They've got, it looks like that they're raising some goats back there. And then there's the place here. And behind us, there's this whole workshop. Really awesome. Sladky, what do you think? What do you think? Yeah, I like it. Look at this place. Whoa. Where's the lights? I don't know where the lights are. How do I turn them? Oh, here we go. There we go. Look at this. We got a fridge. Look at this kitchen. Look at all these antiques. So I can... Wow. Look at this place. Okay. Got a shower. Look at this old bathtub. Look at that. Wow. This place is pretty cool. All these wine bottles. It's crazy. Old antique stove on there. Anyways, very cool. Very, very cool. Gonna take this out and get some pictures around this beautiful property. So plenty to take pictures of. So excited to use this 35mm camera. And I took probably about 10 pictures last night or in the evening. And today I'm gonna try to get some shots of some wagon wheels and some of the antique things around the property. I'm sitting outside now in the little yard of the home, and I took some pictures kind of midday, and now I'm reading the Bible, and then also the Gnostic Gospel collection, which includes Mary Magdalene, Judas, Philip, Truth, Thomas, Peter, Infancy Thomas, and Infancy James. So it's been pretty interesting read so far, and I picked it up before and I've read it, but now I'm taking some time to go further in depth. So I'm outside, I got a bonfire going, and I put the dog inside. He helped me put it together, and you know, we sat for a while, but it became a little too much for him. So now I just have it going. So I just got out of service, and the Archbishop was in Fredericksburg, which was nice. And they had barbecue afterwards, so I picked up 2 plates, one for me and one for Slodkey. So heading back now. It was a great service. I got some pictures, and it was a great mass. Okay, so today was an interesting day. I was praying in the morning, saying that I was supposed to go back to Houston today. And I thought, I'd really like to stay for one more day. And I asked God, I said, please send me a sign. Should I stay or should I go now? Anyways, I don't know if you know that song, but anyways, and then the owner came up a few minutes later, and he said, I'd like to invite you to stay another night, and it'd be half the price. So I said, I will take you up on that offer. I was just praying on that. So then he said he was heading to church, and I asked if there was a Catholic church in the area. I wanted to go to a Catholic mass, and I felt called there. And there's also some Lutheran here, but I wanted to go to a Catholic mass. And so he said there was, and he said that it was probably starting soon, so I should go. So I left, and when I left, I didn't know what time it was. I just went, and when I found the Catholic church, I walked in, and as I walked in, the mass was starting that minute, and it was truly divine timing. Did that, and while I was there, an archbishop was there, and so I listened to the mass, and in the mass he talked about divine mercy, which I thought was very funny considering that piece of paper that I had written in holy water, words to describe God, and then two of the words lit up, and there was a spark, and it didn't burn through the paper, but left a mark. So after the mass, everybody was greeting him, and I was honestly a little scared. I didn't know if I should show him, but when I was doing the practice, told me to put it in my pocket, to fold it up and put it in my pocket. So I took that as show everyone, when appropriate. And so I unfolded the paper for him, and I told him the story, and he said, yeah, it lit here and here. And he saw it, and it felt good for him to recognize that. But at the same time, I felt a little sad that, I was telling the story and my experience, and I wondered if it really resonated. I don't know, if people understand. I mean, I experienced it and scared me. Honestly, it really scared me. And I prayed in that moment. I said, God, I don't know what this means, but I know what I've seen. So I came back, and then I saw the owner's wife, talked to her for a little bit, and then sat with the owner afterwards. The wife had told me quite a bit about their story, about the property and some of the things that they've been dealing with. And we sat for a couple hours and we talked, and I told him, as he had walked up to me, I was reading a part of the Bible, I read that to him, and it was about forgiveness. And I told him about my story about sending my brother, or my half-brother, the necklace, out of surrendering it and forgiving, and that it doesn't always mean that you are okay with what they did, but you no longer hold the anger. And so I told him that story, and it turned out that he had been harboring a lot of anger, and so we talked through that quite a bit, and he was having issues with his brother about the land. So we talked about it, and it was a really wonderful talk, and I came inside, and I ended up taking a really hot bath. I've been sunburnt, and it felt really good to take a bath, but I ended up getting a pretty bad headache, and laid down for a little bit, and then prayed, and got up, and the headache was gone, and I came outside. And when I came outside, there was a tree, and the tree just started shaking, and I got a mosquito on my forehead. The tree just started moving a lot, and I've been experiencing that quite a bit, where everything else will be still or slightly moving, and then what's directly in front of me and I'm looking at is swaying like a hurricane. And so that started happening, and I said, God, I feel you in this moment. And then I looked straight up, and I don't know if you can see it, but there it is. There was a moon, and I looked straight up and I go, God, I see you, I feel you, and you're here with me in this moment. It was really beautiful. And I will be leaving back to Houston tomorrow morning, and I feel re-energized. I feel healed, and I'm excited to see what unfolds next and what God gives me as my daily bread. So with that, have a good night. Just never gets it right. Okay, so we're heading back right now. There's a little bit of rain. We got everything packed in. Slotky, say hi. Say hi. Yeah, he's a little stressed right now. Anyways, it's been raining, and we're getting on the road. The light just turned green, so I'm gonna go. But we're heading back to Houston, baby. Okay, so we just got through a pretty bad storm driving through Austin. It was raining so heavy that for some reason all the electronics in my car just like shut off, and it was kind of concerning. But the SUV kept driving like we were good, but the air conditioning shut down, and then the computer dashboard just kept like restarting. I couldn't even see how many miles per hour I was going. Very, very odd. So we're past the storm, and now all the electronics turned back on. So that was kind of an odd experience as I'm heading home. Okay, so every one of these lights just came on, and this just completely turned off. So, but I'm about 5 minutes away from home, so I think I can make it. And then we'll get this to the dealership sometime this week. So get the maintenance done. Okay, so we did it. We made it home. The electronics completely went out. Every light on my cluster went off in the car. But we're pulling in right now. I'm turning onto my street right now. And, you know, it feels good to be home. Feels good. So, we're here. So, pulling in right now. If I can make it here. Yep. Here we are. We made it home. Slodky, we're home. Let's go get some dog food. Anyways, it's been an adventure.